Hi guys, welcome to Negro 86. This is Isaiah, and today we're going to be talking about Anemone. Rated R, 2025, 2 hour, 1 minute. Drama. In northern England, a man heads out on a journey into the woods to reconnect with the estranged hermit brother with whom he shared a complicated past that was altered by life-changing events decades ago. Director Ronan Day-Lewis. Writers Daniel Day-Lewis and Ronan Day-Lewis. Stars Sean Bean, Samuel Bottomley, Louis Ian Bray, and Daniel Day-Lewis. So, the cinematography and story. Beautiful shots of northern England in woodsy ocean areas with greens, blues, and gray mostly. Characters wearing green, blue, red, purple. I think this sets the characters' tones and the emotions throughout for pretty much the whole movie. Direction and script. Pacing, editing very neat and keeps you engaged mostly with family dynamics, hardship, human life like war, love, and religion and abuse. It had clever dialogue by Daniel Day-Lewis especially. He had one on sexual abuse by clergy, and then later on war crime and the horrors of killing someone. Standout scenes when brothers are dancing in a cabin and the camera zooms out to show them in the woods. It's a pretty cool effect because you see them still in the cabin. And then there was a scene where they were jogging, and the way it was set up, they were in between the air and the sand on the beach, and then the ocean right behind them. So land, sea, air, right? It was really cool. And then Brian, when he was talking with his mom and she was explaining like why he left, where he's at, he said, "F my dad, you gave me life. He gave me a curse." Then it cuts to the brothers on a beach in the actual dark by a campfire, and then you can see a storm, impending storm. Really cool shot. Story is really important as it focused on making hard decisions and living with those choices, good or bad. The early connections, life traumas, disconnecting, isolation, then revelations, and then resolution. There were a few cool scenes, and I think Daniel Day-Lewis's character, he was seeing things. He had like some type of trauma that happened to them. I guess they were in the war or some type of war or battle. And there's imagery of dead animals, imagery of his wife, maybe a picture he took, like floating in the air. So he has a lot on his mind, he has a lot on his plate. And then the other weird kind of standout scene was he had a vision or a dream about his son, Brian, that he never met. And it's like in the shape of a weird glowing animal, a see-through animal, and you see this heart beating, or it doesn't look like a heart, it's just an oval. And it was such a weird scene. But nature had a really big part to play in this, and I think the direction did a really great job showcasing pacing. I just looked at the ratings on IMDb. I'm surprised. However, there were a few people that walked out of the theater, in the theater I was at. I thought it was excellent. It held my attention. It has star power, Sean Bean and Daniel Day-Lewis. I walked out of there positive. It ends on a positive note. It's very gloomy. I really like the greens and the blues that they had. I knew one of the brothers was envious. There was so much green imagery. And even Daniel Day-Lewis's character said, "I was envious." I was like, that's him. It has to be him. So I'm giving it a 9. Solid 9. Performances were great. Daniel Day-Lewis's monologues, he delivers about sexual abuse, and then he was laughing at the end of the story because I think he got justice. I thought it was kind of a mixed emotion kind of thing. And then his monologue about killing someone during the war crime, he was crying. So I think he was a pretty well balanced character, and it's a slow movie, very slow movie. Minimal dialogue, or minimal, dialogue, and mostly monologues, which I like. I don't know. Critics don't really like this movie, I guess. Alright, guys, have a good day.